how I'm able to sell a product without making a single phone call, using only email, and by following a simple 5-step strategy of a 3-day email sequence. In this episode, I will show you what I have found works for me and my clients, and how you can use what I've learned for your business. Welcome to another episode of eCreate Biz, where we talk about what it's really like to navigate building a real business. Thanks for joining me today. I'm your host, Caleb Becker. The 5-step, 3-day email sequence that I'm going to share with you that I found has worked for my business and for the clients that I've helped. Now, I've used this to sell primarily digital products, like a course, a membership, a subscription, digital downloads, ebooks, and workshops. And now, I haven't tried using this to sell physical products. I see a lot of similarities, and I would like to try it someday. As you can see, this could work for multiple businesses. If you've got an email list and you've got a product, you can find a way to make something like I want to share with you work for you. What I have found that has worked, it's a 3-day email sequence that has 5 components to it. And I'm going to go over all these components here and dive into each one and just to explain how they all work. Before I share these 5 steps with you, I want you to understand something. That this has worked for me when I've been providing value to my audience ahead of time. Weekly content, being consistent, giving them real value, and showing up in their inbox on a week-by-week basis. I've done this with a small number of subscribers, and I've also done it with a larger number of subscribers. So the amount of subscribers hasn't really made a difference to what I'm about to share with you. There's another component that I'm going to share later that makes a bigger difference. And some of the concepts I'm going to share with you have been learned by reading Jeff Walker's book, Launch. If you haven't read this book, I strongly recommend that you do. It's got a lot of helpful insights in it. I've learned a lot from it. That's a great read. So what I'm about to share with you, I was able to apply to one of my clients, and they had just created a brand new digital product, and they were wanting to offer it to their audience. And so we went ahead and set up a 3-day email sequence campaign for them. And like I said, it was a 3-day sequence, 3 days of emails. And out of those 3 days of emails, she was able to receive a high conversion, 3 times higher than what the standard conversion rates have been, giving her the momentum to put that money back inside of her business so that she can curate better products that she can offer them again to her list. And she's been doing this now multiple times off of this one product. And then again, she's repeated the steps for any new product she has coming up. It has created this consistent sales process for her. So not only has she done this once, she's done it multiple times. So let's just pull the curtain back, remove all the stops, and show you how this actually works. Step number 1, the product that I'm going to offer for sale has to be a relevant product that I feel is a good fit for my audience. If I was my ideal audience, would it make sense for me to buy the product that I'm about to offer? It needs to line up with the amount of money they want to spend, that it's going to solve a real problem for them, and that it just lines up very well with being a good fit. So doing my own market research and being able to pick a product that is suited for them is definitely the most important step of this whole process. Okay, so step number 2, you need to build excitement ahead of time. You need to include in your weekly content a hint of excitement that's coming in the distance. I like to recommend 2 weeks ahead of time. If you got a newsletter going out or you got some value going outside of email in a PS, you can just say, real quick, there's something exciting coming up I'm going to be sharing with you in the coming days. So keep an eye on your inbox. Just as something so simple as that. And then when you get a week ahead of time, so number one, it needs to be a product that you feel like will actually solve their problem and be a good fit. And number two, you need to start building excitement. And then we go into step number 3, which this is a big step. This is the launch step. This is when you open cart for your product announcement. So this is what we call launch week. I just want to pause for a second to say thank you for subscribing to this channel, and I really appreciate your comments. So let's just jump right back in where we left off. So then we move into step number 3, which is launch. This is the week where I make the announcement, pull back the curtain, and reveal the product to them. So launch week is a big week. Again, it's only 3 days, and I feel like Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, those are the days that my launch happens on. And these are the days that I'm working. And so there's a reason why I'm doing this in 3 days and not going less, is because there's 3 different kinds of buyers. There's the emotional buyer, the logical buyer, and the buyer who buys on fear of missing out. So I'm doing 3 emails to capture all 3 of those personalities, and I'm not going less than that. You can go more. You can go into a 5-day or a 7-day sequence, but what I'm sharing with you is my 3-day email sequence and narrowing it down into these 3 days to sell to these 3 different personalities. Day 1 is the announcement day. Day 1 is when you send out the email that has the big announcement. Here's something that's going to help you in so many ways. You list out what it will help them with, the benefits, and I end that email with a very simple call to action, which is click here to get access. Click here to purchase now. Click here to buy. And that email hits that emotional buyer because they've been following me. They've been seeing my content. They just like me. They look up to what I'm doing and they're just ready to buy. That's that emotional buyer. And I find it's super, super important that this email has a simple call to action. There's no other links on this email. If I have any other links on this email, it's just simply to click to the same place. And that goes for all of these emails. Every single one of these has to have a simple call to action. And then we go to email number 2. We're going to be selling to the logical buyer. The logical buyer is they're a little bit more skeptical. They're critical, possibly a little critical, like, why would I buy this? Why is this so good? Why are you offering it to me now? Prove it to me why I need to buy this product. And so that's great. This day number 2 email has got all of that information, all the why questions. And I just go ahead and list out any questions that they might have of what it is, what it will do, why now is the best time, how they can implement it, how this will help them. And I just list it out and make it super simple, make it very easy to read. And I think bullet points are extremely important. Make it really simple to read. The logical buyer is going to go through and scan all that, and they're going to be seeing all the points of as long as I can hit on all those points, then the logical buyer will feel safe in being able to make an informed decision. It's important that you end that email thinking of your last minute buyers. I put in there a little nugget for those that have the fear of missing out. And I tell them that tomorrow at midnight, this offer goes away. It's going to close. they're not going to be able to access it after tomorrow at midnight. And it's important that I do that because I want them to feel that scarcity element. And again, it's just a simple call to action. Click here to get access. Click here to buy now. Click here to purchase your ticket. You just end with that simple call to action on day number 2. All right. Then we move on to email number 3, then we move on to day number 3. This day, I'm okay with the thought of sending 3 emails this day. So day number 3 gets 3 emails. Early morning, mid-morning, and then close to the end of the day. The early morning email is a very simple email, just something like, today is the last day for the product. It closes at midnight tonight. Here's your chance to go ahead and make your purchase. Simple call to action. And then we move on to the second email of day number 3. And this email is going to be a little bit more informative. It's going to give just a little more of a recap. And it's going to include some bonuses that you have. Think of any kind of bonus you can have, you can include in this offer. And you're going to include some of these bonuses. You're going to tell them that this has these bonuses in it. And then you just have another reminder telling them that this is closing today at midnight tonight. And then the third email of day number 3 is a really simple email. It's a courtesy reminder. You're just telling them, I know things are busy, and I just wanted to make sure that you seen this. I want to make sure that you had opportunity to get this, and that this is going to be going away at 12 o'clock or midnight tonight, which is only a few hours away. And I just want to let you know that it's really simple to purchase this product. Simply click this link, and in a few seconds, you'll be able to be on your way. You just want them to know that it's not going to take them long. You see, when you're selling to the fear emotion, the fear of missing out, that they're all of a sudden you have to put a scrunch on them, let them know like this is it. This isn't going to happen. This isn't going to be open forever. Now here's your chance. And I find that's when I sell the most. When I'm this last day, especially the morning and then the evening time, it seems like those are the times that I sell the most of the product. Very important that you let them know it's going to close, and that there's that specific time that it's going to actually shut off. Okay, to recap, to go step number 1, I have to have a product that I feel like will really solve their problems. Step number 2, I've been sending them regular content, and I've been building hype and excitement before the launch date. And then number 3 is launch day. That spans over 3 days, and that speaks to all 3 personalities, which is the emotional buyer, the logical buyer, and the fear buyer, the fear of missing out. And that takes us on to the 4th step of this 3-day email sequence, and that's scarcity. True, honest scarcity. If I tell them that this offer is going to go away at midnight, it needs to go away at midnight. Whatever time zone that I'm in, or whatever time zone that I've told them, it's actually going to go away. And it has to go away. If they click on this link the very next day of day number 4, and they can actually still access it, that tells them that my word is not good. And that's going to hurt me more than anything else. If I say it's going to close, then it's got to close. So scarcity, it has to be real scarcity. The page, when they click on the links on those emails, it should take them to a page that says this offer is closed. And that's it. It's closed. Those who didn't buy, they're going to see that this offer is closed. That's a 4th step that I feel like that others have overlooked. And I feel like for myself, I have to come through with that. If I have to purchase another software, so that I can have a page redirect, it's worth it. By me being able to close this offer and keeping my word, will be able to build trust, to be able to trust me more into what I have to offer them in the future. And that will pay off far more in the long run than trying to trick them without actually closing the page down. So I just want to again say that scarcity is an important factor to this 5-step process of a 3-day email sequence. All right. And so let's move on to step number 5. Step number 5 is the follow-up. The follow-up of the people who purchased. Extremely important. And I feel like that this one is something that I've overlooked too many times. And I've been able to now implement this step more into my business, into my clients. And it does a very important thing. The follow-up helps my customers feel like I'm with them and I'm here to support them, and it builds true, honest loyalty into the brand that I'm trying to build. So the follow-up is very simple, but then yet very effective. So the first email that goes out is, a thank you for buying and the product delivery. There's another second email that would go out that would be some instructions, and maybe there's an onboarding process, or maybe there's some follow-up details that they need to know about. Day number 3 follow-up is some added value, things that might help them. Maybe you might even have another bonus you can give them. Something that's just kind of a sweet little nugget that they didn't even know was coming. To be able to over-deliver in this case is worth it. Worth any effort that I've put into it. And day number 3 is add value. Give a bonus. I can give them a bonus. I can give them a nugget. I can over-deliver. And that's just going to have like this wow factor that's just going to really be awesome. And they're going to really feel like that their purchase was a good decision. Okay? And then like 12 days later, I want to ask them for their feedback. How is the product working for you? Do you have any questions? Would you care to leave a review? I would love to have a review of the product. And then there's something I'd like to try that I haven't really done yet after I've asked for their testimonials, is I would like to ask them to share this product with their friend, somebody that they know that would appreciate this product. Like I said, I haven't done this yet, but it's something that I want to implement and give it a try. But here's what I'm thinking, and I'll let you know the results as I've been able to test this out. But I think it'd be really cool if they could share it with their friend. And what I would do is I would just give them an incentive saying, if you have a friend who would like to, that you know what this product would be helpful to, I would appreciate it if you could share it with them. And what I'll do is I'll open up the product just for that share. Just when they would share it to that friend of theirs, I'd open the product up just for them. And then if their friend would purchase this product, what I would like to do then is I would like to reward the customer that shared it with something extra, maybe another extra bonus, or maybe even a gift card of some kind. So that would go towards another product that they would purchase down the road from me. So those are some things I'm playing with, but I really believe that when I'm in this follow-up phase, that it's really important to give them the attention that they're going to be receptive to, because they've been now purchased the product and they've been interacting with it and my brand. And I know it's a good time for them to be responsive. So again, I'll try this out, that last bit of a follow-up, and I'll let you know where that comes in. So anyways, I just want to recap again on this follow-up because it's kind of was a lot. Is the thank you and the delivery, an email that goes out for some instructions, maybe some onboarding tips, maybe a form they have to fill out, but it's following up them with their next best steps. I want to add value to them, things that will help them, maybe even include a bonus that they weren't even expecting, just so they can have this wow factor. 12 days later, I want ask for their feedback. How was this product? Was it everything they thought it would be? If they wouldn't mind giving me a testimonial, and would you mind if I shared it with others publicly? And then the last part is the things that I want to try is I want to be ask them to share this with their friend and include some cool things that will make the sharing even more exciting. So to recap again on this 5-step 3-day email launch sequence is number 1, I need to have a product that I feel like is a good fit for them. Number 2, I need to been able to have been providing value to them ahead of time and then build excitement before the launch happens, giving them some nuggets of things that are coming up, an announcement that's going to be made, and just let them know to keep an eye on their inbox. Then number 3, we're going to go into launch week, which is 3 days of emails. I like to start on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday will be the open cart email with a big announcement that speaks to that emotional personality. Day number 2 is an email that goes out that has all the details that speaks to the logical buyer of why they should purchase this, what's all included, how it works, if there's a refund policy, all the things that a logical buyer would need to be able to make an informed decision. And then I go to day 3, which speaks to that fear buyer, the fear of missing out, and so that they know that this is like a last minute purchase that they're going to have to just quick jump on and be able to make that decision before it closes. And then the 4th step in this is scarcity, that there's true scarcity, and that I actually close the page. I actually physically redirect them to the offer is now closed. So important that I'm true to my word. And step number 5 is the follow-up. Follow-up is super important. It lets my customers know that they did make a good decision in purchasing this product. I am here for them. I'm here to answer their questions. I want their feedback, and I want to be able to add some bonuses to them so that when they feel like that they made this decision, that they got this wow factor, and that this is concreted in their minds that this really was a good decision for them. And I'm asking for their feedback, and then I can also have them help me share this with people that they know. So there you have it. There's the 5-step process to the 3-day email launch sequence that I've used, that I hope you can be able to use inside of your next product launch. That's all for now, and I will see you in the next one.